Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with this day newspaper. The major story here says, Buhari hands over transition documents to Tinubu, bestows on him GCFR, that's Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, Shetima, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. You'll find all the details on the front page of this day newspaper. And we move now to the front page of the Daily Trust. I have run a good race, finished my cause. Buhari is speaking. My administration best in road infrastructure. President confers GCFR. GCON on President-elect, as well as the Vice President-elect, says Tinubu best for Nigeria. I won't disappoint Nigeria's ex-Lagos governor, that's President-elect, speaking there after he received the honor bestowed on him at the investiture yesterday. All right, we move now to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. I will not disappoint Nigerians, Tinubu speaking. Buhari confers GCFR, GCON on him, as well as Shetima. All right, that's the titles Grand Commander of the Federal Republic and Grand Commander of the Niger on both the President-elect as well as the Vice President-elect. We move now to the First News newspaper. I understand the magnitude of task ahead won't disappoint Nigerians. I understand magnitude of task ahead won't disappoint Nigerians, Tinubu speaking. Conferred with nation's highest honor, GCFR, gets transition documents from Buhari. Vice President elect Shetima gets GCON. All the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. To the Vanguard newspaper now. I know extent of tasks ahead won't fail Nigerians, Tinubu speaking. I know extent of tasks ahead won't fail Nigerians, Tinubu speaking. That's the president-elect speaking after he was conferred with Nigeria's highest honor by President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday. And still towing the same line of story, talking about looking at the front page of the Punch newspaper now. May the 29th, Tinubu gets transition report, vows to tackle insecurity, power crisis. All the details on the front page of the Punch newspaper, Kemi.
All right, the big story on the blueprint, as we see now, is, of course, on the grand investiture by President Buhari on the president-elect and his deputy. The headline reads, "Way is rough, but with faith we shall overcome." That's according to Bola Tinubu, who bags the GCFR, while the vice president-elect Shetima bags the GCON title. And for President Buhari, he says, "I've run the race and completed my course," says Asiwaju is best of all candidates. The Nation is next. Of course, the Abuja event is also competing with on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Tinubu says, "I understand the magnitude of task ahead." His reaction as President Buhari conferred the GCFR title on him. Let's check out this Nigeria. May 29, DSS alleges plot to disrupt handover, warns against fake news as Tinubu bags highest national honor and promises not to disappoint Nigerians. The Daily Sun is next. 4 days to hand over. Again, it says DSS alleges plot to disrupt Tinubu's inauguration. Let's check out the Leadership Friday edition. Of course, it's towing a different line, leading with this latest on the 10th National Assembly controversy. It says, "Uncertainty as North-South supremacy battle looms. Traditional rulers intervene." That's on the Leadership. Nigerian News Direct, FG will award contracts and borrow till May the 28th. That's from the Minister of Works, Raji Fashola, speaking there. Get details on Nigerian News Direct. And finally is Nature News. We recover gold, silver, others from Ewase. That's according to scavengers.
All right, Kemi, let's look at this story. It's on almost all the papers this morning as we count down to May the 29th inauguration day. Yesterday was the investiture where the president conferred the highest honor on the president-elect, and he is the vice president-elect. He was conferred the Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, while his vice was bestowed the honor of Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. And in that event or ceremony, the president-elect began to speak that he understands the task ahead of him, and that Nigerians should rest assured that he will not disappoint them. And he mentioned critical sectors that he said he knows needed the touch. Nigerians have been looking forward to some change, talking about the economy, talking about power, talking about security. He just touched on a few of them, and he said that he was ready for the task ahead of him.
And he said so much, he even boasted at a point, going by reports there, saying his administration had recorded the highest infrastructural projects.
Now, that's the president. I am talking about the president-elect.
All right. I'm starting with the president,
yeah.
President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, he spoke glowingly about the achievements of his government, and of course the achievements and deserving victory of the president-elect, his successor. And it was also a day of firsts, talking about the symbol of the event, the fact that the president awarded the GCFR-GCON awards, conferment titles on the president-elect. That was also symbolic, as well as the handover, the transition notes that he passed on to the incoming president, as well as the baton, and that was also quite symbolic. And he says that that's going to be in the National Archives for successive handovers. So interesting. It gets realer and realer as the days go by. And for the president-elect, yes, you said it all. Of course, him going as far as acknowledging the enormous challenges before him, and saying he's ready to go, he's ready to give it his best shot, saying he's a simple man. And then also says he will, they will continue to go to the outgoing president for guidance, whether he moves to Daura or Niger Republic. Interesting there. But of course, the transition program continues up until Monday, when
we have the climax.
Absolutely, and then work begins.
Absolutely, but obviously work has begun behind the scene with the transition notes. I believe that the president-elect will now be looking through those notes to see that how he will hit the ground running, because the Nigerians are expecting a magic wand that he will wield to addressing some of the issues he rightly pointed out at the investiture yesterday. And when he even acknowledged after the elections, when he was declared winner, he mentioned some other issues that he said he was going to address. And Nigerians are looking forward to some of the things he mentioned, talking about the matter of ASU, ensuring that 4 years is 4 years, and that he heard the youth loud and clear. And then he had also mentioned at some point that he was going to make tough decisions. And in these sectors that he mentioned, talking about power, talking about the economy, talking about insecurity, tough decisions, according to many experts, have to be made such that we can move the nation forward. And now that he has the handover notes, then he can really position and know, okay, these are the tough decisions that I have to make in certain areas, critical areas Nigerians want to believe. The work is cut out for him, like he has even pointed out. He said that he has been planning for this for I think over 20 years now. So one would expect that those he will bring on board, because he is known as one who works with technocrats. He has said he's going to have a government of national competence, as against what a lot of persons were looking forward to as national unity. But whether you're competent or not, competence goes across the board, across the 6 regions. So he could pick anyone from any of the regions. That doesn't mean that he is not bringing the nation together. I want to believe that that is what he is implying. So with he now making this statement, I wonder if Nigerians will begin to rest assured that the president-elect is saying that he understands the situation on the ground, and that they should look forward to working with him, supporting him, his government, as things begin to unfold after May the 29th.
Yes, indeed. Support of the people is key. The trust issue also is key. And, yesterday we had a guest who also spoke about the importance of the legitimacy of his government.
Because of the matter on the court.
Absolutely, because of the matter on course. It's a big issue, but then it's not to say that that should distract from the agenda, the constitutional agenda of activities that should run its course, and we're already seeing that playing out. So, of course, the courts are also mindful of the duty upon them. Of course, analysts after analysts have spoken about their desire to see the day where our elections will indeed, be seen to be free and fair, and that
without the interference of the courts.
Absolutely, without because we've seen how the courts have, come in to upturn decisions, to upturn election victories, and some have said that, they were really controversial decisions. So we hope, I also join in the hope that day would come, because somehow it kind of dampens, and especially without this particular election cycle that was so divisive, and the dust is yet to settle in some quarters. But of course, work continues. Like you said, work has started, though behind the scenes, for the Tinubu administration. Obviously, they probably one would expect that they are doing, a lot of things to, assuage the worry and the tensions in the air. So one expects that as from Monday, when they are formally inaugurated, work would start. And it's also instructive with these transition notes that were passed on by the president to his successor. The fact that it's the APC government kind of handing over to the same APC government. So there will be some sense of continuity. And of course, Tinubu, the president-elect, would also, bring in his own core areas, his own areas of priority for the good of everyone.
Of course, like it is often referred to, being a former governor of Lagos State and how he managed Lagos State despite the challenges at the time. A majority of Nigerians are believing that he will bring that expertise to bear when it comes to Nigeria as a whole, and that he will hit the ground running, that Nigerians would not have to wait for perhaps 6 months for him to get his cabinet together, and that he would have started work on that now. So we count down to May the 29th. Definitely TVC will be on top of events to bring you the blow-by-blow accounts of events as they occur at the Eagle Square in Abuja.